The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Q101. The next qualifier could be you for Wrigley Field Fallout Boy 312-591-8300 caller 10. You are qualified for the Fallout Boy tickets at Wrigley Field. Everybody wants them. It's a Chicago Palooza with Alkaline Trio, and the Academy is. It's going to be wicked next Wednesday night. But
less than a week.
Less than a week now, and we'll qualify somebody every half hour, so stay right here. Hopefully you get these. Good luck.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Finally, a nice night for both baseball teams. Cubs did not need a rain delay to take care of the Pirates. They need to thank MLB, though, for the new pitch clock rule. Cubs were losing 5-1. And in the sixth inning, had a run walked in because the pitcher for the Pirates took too long and had a pitch clock violation with bases loaded, so walked in a run. Then the Cubs scored 5 more in the sixth, then got 3 more in the eighth. The Cubs? Huh?
Look around. How about them apples?
So they won 10-6, the first time this season with back-to-back double-digit wins. And this is against the number 1 Pirates, which I can't believe I'm saying that.
Right.
They'll do it one more time at Wrigley. They already win the series, but they'll do it one more time tonight. Should be a great night at Wrigley, although the temperature's going to drop drastically as the night goes on tonight. It's going to be like 80, and then it's going to go down like 60 or 50 overnight. So we'll see how that plays out. White Sox won while you slept. The game didn't start until 9 our time.
That's crazy.
They beat the Dodgers 8-4. Jake Whataburger. I want to start that nickname for him. I don't know if he already has it. Jake
Whataburger? I love Whataburger. Have you ever been to Whataburger?
I have. They're not in Chicago. We talked a lot about food this morning in Parks Root Beer. But,
Sorry.
But that's okay. But if you go to like South and West Coast, they have Whataburgers, and they're really
Very good.
So maybe Jake Whataburger could get one to happen here. And here was his second. Gets his first career multi-homer game.
This year, 23 consecutive pitches.
Berger swings and a towering fly to left. He's got a chance if it stays fair. It is off the pole. Home run, a 2-homer night for Jake Berger.
Boom.
And the White Sox have tied the game.
Now, Jake Whataburger. You got to start saying it to make it stick. Even if there's not a Whataburger around here. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like that's a really powerful nickname, though?
If I was Jake Berger, I'd want Jake Whataburger. I would
But what
want
does that
that
do? It's not like... It's not like... It doesn't make him sound like he hits home runs or anything, you know?
Well, I just think it adds pizzazz.
You like... Okay.
That's all I'm thinking. Tonight, starting at 9 again, you can watch the rubber match of that series. I want to give a shout out to Jamal Cole, Great Chicago, and My Block, My Hood, My City is an organization he runs. And he's trying to raise money to fix a thing very deep in my heart. My running and gunning days around the city, playing basketball outdoors on the streets, on the hoops. There's 772 basketball hoops in Chicago parks, and the worst thing you can ever do is when you're a kid and you have a basketball and you go there and the rim is bent or the net is gone, all that stuff.
You're probably the one who ruined them 20 years ago when you're running on days.
I had a cuff dunk that would have absolutely brought a tear to your eye. Okay, I got to go.
Or a kid's eye because you broke the rim.
So he's trying to raise $100,000 to restore all those 772 courts. And I'll put a link up on my social and Q101 social to donate if you want to. You can do like just $20 or whatever to help. So 60 to 80 kids having access to each of those parks is a massive impact. People say there's nothing to do when you go to the park and it's crap. I just think that sucks. So donating a little bit of cash if you have some to help out all those parks get nice.
Did you donate it?
I didn't yet. But I'm going to do it after the show.
You know how I feel about this.
I'm going to donate. I just didn't have a chance to do it yet. I got distracted.
I don't like when people are like, it's just $5, it's just $10, and they themselves won't do it.
No, I'm going to do it. But if I said I did,
want you to send me a screenshot if you do it.
I will do it. I'll screenshot my donation.
Yeah, I want to see it.
You want me to give you $100? Or what do you want me to do?
Put your money where your mouth is, Brian.
I will. I believe in something. I do get behind it. And by saying it, I hope you guys donate. I will donate after the show. I'm just a little distracted right now. I can't do it right this moment.
We didn't find out right now. Didn't you find out like last night?
I've known about this for a few days.
Yeah.
I got to get it in my phone to make sure I do it because I want to donate and help out because I think it's a great cause. So go do that. Finally, Nikola Jokic is, of course, not MVP of the league, but MVP of the finals. Nuggets win their first NBA title. And people say he's boring. These sports talk hosts go, well, it was boring. Blah, blah. No, he's incredible. He's the funniest dude to keep walking around with. And he also gives a good message here just for the people out there trying to do something and it's not working or whatever. Here's what he says. If you want to be successful, you need to be bad. Then you need to be good at it by all the hard work. Then when you're good, you need to fail. Then when you fail, then you're going to figure it out. You can't just be good and all of a sudden succeed. That almost never happens. You've got to have a lot of failures, one failure, whatever. There's no shortcuts. It's a long journey, and that's what his life has been.
Yeah.
Does that hit you hard? No?
Well, I don't know. Is that the first time you've heard that?
Well, the way he said it. Like, I've heard Rocky and Rocky Balboa go,
Now that's a speech.
Life is unfair. It will beat you down. And it's not about getting hit. It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning's done.
Now that brought a tear to my eye.
Okay, good.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q101, Brian and Kenzie. And, people often say, society's gotten, whatever they want to say, that's worse, or people are angry all the time, on edge, want to rant about something, find something to get angry about. And I've consistently said that I believe we've kind of been the same as humans all the way through. It's just that we see it more now because of social media and the internet. You see everything now.
Every opinion anyone's ever had pop into their head.
Exactly. And everybody's had these wrong rants or taken sides and things like that. And we just haven't seen them. Like, for example, back in the 80s, I dug and I found this for you. This is a news report back in the 80s about people upset that they couldn't drink and drive. That's a hill to die on, for sure.
I'm sorry.
Kenzie's choking over here. She didn't know. You're going to choke more when you listen to the audio.
Okay, go ahead.
Check it out.
Any attempt to restrict drinking and driving here is viewed by some as downright undemocratic.
It's kind of getting common is when a fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. And pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Now, I get it, those were some Southerners there, a little further south than Kankakee there. A little bit further south than that. Doesn't matter. People find a way to rant and get angry about everything today. These people are mad they can't drink and drive. In the 80s, this is from.
What was their right? Is their guy given right now? Come on.
I work all these hours. I can't go out there and drink a couple beers. This ain't America anymore.
Well, what's funny, the thing about drinking and driving is they're like, that's my right. It's like, right, but when you hit somebody and they're paralyzed, you see how that... Yeah. See now now we're in the weeds a little bit on whose rights whose.
Yes, just calm down about it. But see, we've all been the same all the way along for hundreds of years. We just hear about it more. So I wonder if that guy's alive still.
I would love to get him on the show. And see if that opinion still stands.
He's also probably was 30, but one of those guys looks like they're 70 when they're 30.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It's Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
So coming up 7:30, of course, we'll have another opportunity to get to Fall Out Boy Wrigley Field. It's Brian and Kenzie, Q101. We qualify you every half hour, draw a winner at the end of the show. A lot of ticket stuff going on with Ticket Puts Thursday. Pretty big announcement just came through. Breaking news, if you will, with Q101 that President Joe Biden will announce later today. So we're giving this a little bit of time ahead of it. That Live Nation and Ticketmaster have pledged to give U.S. consumers, Chicagoans, the ability to see the full price of tickets up front, minimizing the frequency of frustration when you're buying tickets and waiting in line, of the additional fees that add up late in the checkout process that you haven't seen from the beginning of the process.
Right, because you wait in these ticket lines, and especially if you have like a code to get in early, and it's very stressful, and if you're selecting a ticket based on your budget, and then at the end, now you can't afford it, that's really not in your account. A lot of times you don't have time to go back. If you were one of the exclusive, the tickets are now gone.
Yeah.
So I love that they're doing that. That's really, really cool for fans to know, what am I paying? What's fitting in budget-wise for me? And you won't miss out on tickets because of calculations at the end.
Yeah, that's amazing. So it'll be announced, I guess, later today, all the details and information. But that's pretty much it. They're going to work out ways to just give you all that information up front. You know what you're going to pay for when you get in that queue when you're waiting for a show that you want to see.
That's awesome.
And obviously, with the way things are right now and how hard it is there's so many shows. We talk about this a lot off the air between me, Kenzie, and Case, the producer, there's just so much stuff this year that you have to really budget. You have to kind of rank what you want to see. And we try to give away everything we can for free. We got the Revivalists tomorrow over at the Lamont Quarries. So the Forge over there. So we do as much stuff as we can for you for free to help you out. At Q101.com has all the information about that stuff, giving away the Fall Out Boy tickets. But there's so much this year. There's every week.
It's aggressive this year.
Well, everybody finally said, okay, the pandemic is finally over. I got to go out because I'm an artist and I haven't toured in 3 years. I got to pay my cable bill. I got to get out there and tour.
They need the money. All the famous people need the money.
Who
That's what's going on.
doesn't? Listen, they need money too. They're not, all the millionaires, even then, that money just goes. They rely on the touring money. They don't rely on merch money. That's the most that bands make their money from anymore. And even the touring money doesn't all go to them. So the merch and touring, it's always good to buy a shirt of your favorite artist out there when you're there because that goes usually to them too. Hopefully, most of that money. So, good news. That'll be coming later on today. You'll see some announcement on the news. But in the meantime, 312-591-8300. Compete against Kenzie. Clash with Kenzie in trivia right now. 312-591-8300. Let's see what you got.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Chance of Fall Out Boy tickets coming up after...
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
All right, let's do this. She won yesterday.
Did.
1-2 on the week. Not bad. Not bad, girl.
Well, it's failing, but that's fine. Failing score.
Competing against Kenzie today is Gail checking in from Glendale Heights. And Gail, tell us something really quick about yourself.
My name is Gail, and I run a bakery, an Italian bakery, Leza's in Elmhurst during the day, and then at night I bartend, and then I play Chicago-style roller derby as much as I can.
Wow.
You're a very interesting person.
Yeah, I like this.
Wow.
Okay.
Do you have a roller derby nickname?
Yeah, my name is Sin and Sugar Hardtack, like the war biscuit.
Of course it is.
Oh, my God.
That's awesome.
Because I'm durable and I have layers, but it's Sin like S-I-N, of course.
Yeah, well, of course.
How many tattoos do you have?
I mean, a fair amount. I got one arm almost done and, a little side piece. A traditional amount, I would say, for a roller derbier.
A traditional amount of tattoos. I love it. I love it. Here you go. You can take down Kenzie. Remember, first one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Call it.
Head, tails.
Wait. Listen, we go with first answers. You said heads. We're giving it to you. It was heads.
It was heads, so it benefits you.
Yeah. Heads, tails, a little weird. All right. Are you ready, Gail?
I'm ready.
Okay. Gail, what Big Ten school is named the Wolverines?
Oh, man. Minnesota?
It's not the Minnesota Wolverines. Kenzie?
I get where she was going with that because of, the Timberwolves.
Yeah, Timberwolves. Wolves, yeah.
Is it Big Ten?
Big Ten. So what Big Ten school is nicknamed the Wolverines?
I don't know. It's nothing south.
No.
Giving North energy.
Yeah. How about giving me a school right now real quick?
Okay,
Right quick. Guess 3, 2.
What? Iowa.
Iowa Wolverines. Nope.
I got nothing.
That would be the Michigan Wolverines.
Oh, I was close. I wanted to say Minnesota, too.
I thought that one was easy.
I thought it was, too.
Because some of the other ones are easy in the beginning here. It goes back to Kenzie. The Whopper belongs to which fast food chain?
Burger King!
All right, very easy.
That's much more in my category. Thank you.
Okay, we got to give Gail a gimme, too. The TV show, I'm sorry, what was Humpty Dumpty sitting on when he had his big fall?
A wall.
Yeah, it was a wall. There you go.
All right, 101 back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, the TV show King of the Hill was based in what U.S. state?
Oh, I think Texas.
It was Texas.
Yes.
Good job. Back to Gail.
Yep.
What is the name of the 2007 NASCAR-inspired film starring Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly?
Oh, Talladega Nights.
That's right. Good job.
It's 2-2. It's back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, Dover is the capital of what state?
Oh, God. Dover.
Dover, 3.
Dover.
Guess a state.
Well, Indiana.
Indiana. Dover, Indiana. Go visit there for the capital. And Bobby Knight's sitting there on a chair somewhere out front. Gail, Dover, the capital of what state?
I think it is the capital of Delaware?
It is. Hi, I'm in Delaware. All right, 3-2.
3-2. It's back to Gail.
Gail, who stars as Ethan Hunt in the Mission Impossible franchise?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is right. 4. There we go.
Back to Kenzie. She's got 2.
Kenzie, What was the name of the actor who played Jack Dawson in the Titanic?
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
There we go.
Got nervous for a second.
Got very nervous. Now for the win.
Yeah, it's 4-3. It's back to Gail. She can win with the correct answer.
Gail, what is the name of the Griffin's dog in Family Guy?
Oh my gosh. Why is this? Oh my gosh. Why?
3,
Oh man.
2,
Oh my
1.
gosh.
Oh.
I can't think of it.
Kenzie?
Oh.
It's Brian.
It is Brian. We got a tie game.
Oh.
There we go.
My brother is so mad at me right now.
Well, I'm mad at you, too, for not knowing Family Guy. It's 4-4. It's back to Kenzie. She can win with the correct answer, go 500 on the week.
Kenzie?
What?
This protein makes the blood red in color. This protein makes your blood red in color.
Iron?
It's not iron. Gail?
The protein that makes your blood red.
Yes.
You said?
Yep.
Protein.
3,
Oh gosh.
2.
I don't even know.
It would be hemoglobin.
Wow, that was not on my radar.
No, it was not.
It's back to Gail.
Gail, for the win. The Richter scale measures the strength of what?
Earthquakes.
Earthquakes is right, and Gail takes the game. Congratulations, Gail.
Holy crap. Holy crap. Thank you.
I know someone's going to get an elbow to the face with your excitement later on tonight. And now everybody has a chance to go see Fall Out Boy at Wrigley Field, 312-591-8300. Caller 10 is qualified for those tickets to see our boys, Fall Out Boy. We do it every half hour all morning long. Fall Out Boy at Wrigley Field with Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie, Q101, the Q101 and the Forge at Lamont Quarries present the Revivalists tomorrow night. We'll be out there to bring the band on. It's going to be fun out there.
I'm excited.
Can't wait for it. It is a free show. First come, first serve. That's the thing. All ages as well. And I can't stress enough, first come, first serve. Because there's been a lot, thousands of people
Over 7,000.
Yeah, have gone in on
Trying to
this.
get in.
So doors are at 5. And make sure you get there early for that to get in there. And the show will start around 7 o'clock. So it's supposed to be a beautiful night. So check it out. Q101.com has all the information. First come, first serve. Free show with the Revivalists and Q101. Coming up in just about 8 minutes or so, 7:50. A father faked his own death to teach his family a lesson. But it's what he did next that will make you say he's either a genius or evil. We'll have that at 7:50.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, so a father faked his own death to teach his family a lesson. Pretty aggressive thing to do to teach him a lesson, and we'll tell you what the lesson was about. A little bit much. Maybe a little. Father's Day is coming up. Did it a week before Father's Day.
Much.
But it's what he did next that either you think he's a genius or evil. And what he did next was show up at his own funeral in a helicopter and then came out. Instead of being in a hearse in the body, where everybody's there at the wake, getting ready to say goodbye to him and all this. And the family was in on it. Now, the family was in on it. His wife and kids were in on this little trick he was pulling. But he tried to show people of how important it is to appreciate people when they're here. That was the lesson he tried to prove, showing up at his own funeral in a helicopter, faking his own death.
I think he should be in jail.
Okay.
Nothing about this is cute or sweet to me. I think he's kind of a piece of crap. Not for nothing. I want my family to put in more effort. Well, they all put in a lot of effort. They all literally traveled and made it to your funeral and spent their money. Probably had to buy a new black outfit, suit, dress, this. And you think you're being slick? You went to the helicopter. You did all this for TikTok. He's a big TikTok following, mind you. So what was the true motivation behind all of this? And I just feel like, what effort have you put into seeing them? Have you ever popped up and surprised them on a weekend? Have you traveled to see them?
It'd be nice to know the history if he did that, if he was a good guy that way.
I'm not saying he hasn't, but it seems like it seems very all about him.
Clout.
You literally had your own children participate in your death being faked, which
Yeah.
I think is, they need to go to therapy now. That's so messed up and twisted. This is something a toddler does for attention, not an adult man with children.
Yeah.
And I think that he's an embarrassment. And if it were me and I was at his funeral, this would have the opposite effect. I'd be like, not only will I never see you again, like I won't attend your actual funeral. This was it.
Yeah.
So goodbye.
I want to disagree with you, just take the other side on this one, but I can't. The guy doing this, somebody could have had a heart attack, because that happens to people when you find out somebody died and you cared for them, and he wasn't that old, so you might, go, ew. But he certainly got revenge, I guess, on people that haven't been good to him, I guess you want to call it that. I mean, he tried to.
How bad? He's acting like they're his enemies. They all showed up to his funeral.
Well, they did show up, but maybe it's the only time he's seen them in years, and they're good, close people. Maybe he has been reaching out to them to do things, and they haven't done things. I'm not sure I'd walk away from this if I was involved in it and go, I'm going to be better now. I'm going to actually communicate better with people.
No, I would think I made the right decision to not be in great contact with that psychopath.
He did say he got good response for the most part. A couple people were upset about it, but most people enjoyed it. But we need to talk to those people and get them on the show to see if they really were really got a lesson, a life thing on there saying, hey, I'm going to be better with people now. I'm going to start talking to people I haven't talked to in a while.
I can't believe he threw the entire funeral and wasted that many people's money and time.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. How about you have the conversation that you're so disappointed, you want people closer in your life, or sometimes you gotta take the hint from people. If people aren't being great in your life, that's something that you have to accept, and you have to be closer with people who are being awesome in your life. I got two brothers, and I love them both. One makes an effort to be in my life. One is a disaster. And I love him still, but I also have to accept that. And do I think that one day he's going to end up on my doorstep and be like, can I stay here for a while? I'm going to be like, sure. I love him, but I'm not going to fake a funeral to prove that he should have talked to me more. Stop. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Well, I'd love to see you do that. I'll try it. It'd be kind of fun.
Oh, my God. I'm too loud. They'd hear me in the other room.
Yeah. So I'm faking my own death. You got to pretend I'm dead. No, they can hear you through the wall.
Yeah, they can hear you.
They can hear you. I don't know. Listen, this is certainly, if you want to call this in the world of revenge, if you've ever gotten some kind of revenge that you felt worked out on people, because it wasn't vindictive revenge, but in a way, it was vindictive because of how he did it. But have you ever gotten revenge you thought that actually worked? Something that actually made you go, yes, this makes me feel good because I did it right. Because a lot of times you think about revenge, you just never go through with it, or you go through with it and it was disappointing. But chime in at 312-591-8000. Join the conversation. Because he's looking at he's got revenge, but it was for a good cause in his own head. But I think both of us agree it wasn't the way to go.
I think he did it. Here's what really gets me, too, is I feel like it was a lot more for TikTok than for his family.
Yeah. But then again, isn't everything that now? Like, you almost can judge everybody by what they do, even if it's good things. Like, Mr. Beast is incredible. Like, he does so much good. And he's the number one on YouTube and social media, Instagram, as far as what he has as subscribers and followers out there when he does. He does good. But you also do question, well, I don't question his motives because I've heard interviews with him, and he really does seem like a good guy. But then people do other things, and everything adds up for clout. Everything adds up for likes, followers, whatever. But if you're doing enough good, I don't think he did enough good here. That's the question here.
What was the good? He gets more attention from his family?
He gets attention, but did he really do any good?
What did anybody learn from this scenario? Probably besides the fact that they shouldn't talk to him and they made the correct decision in the past.
Was he looking for a foot rub? I mean, what more did he get out of this?
I don't know. How about you show your children some attention?
Yeah.
You made this whole thing about you. Your poor wife and kids.
Take him to A&W Root Beer. Try that. Instead of saying, lie to me and tell people I'm dead. And write a eulogy for me.
I don't know. Just like, how about you could have spent all that money on a family vacation and invited them. They probably would have showed up.
Not bad. Family vacation with a helicopter somewhere.
Yeah,
he paid for a helicopter.
He makes me angry.
Well, chime in 312-591-8000 about this and about revenge. Have you ever gotten any that you felt was appropriate and good and it all worked out? It's Q101, Brian and Kenzie.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.